What am I doing wrong? Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am learning this. I'm actually learning how to do the live on my computer. So y'all bear with me as I learn that and start to get my camera kind of squared away. I hope you all had a wonderful day yesterday. I actually had a really good day yesterday. I had quite a few meetings and also had an opportunity to talk to some people yesterday, and I slept really, really well. So I hope you are also getting some really good rest. Sometimes it's a challenge to um, get rest, especially when you have a lot of things on your mind. And one of the meetings I was in yesterday, they kind of gave some tips about what you need to do to have better rest. And, I've been having a really good rest over the course of the past probably few months. I just kind of tuned out a lot of things from social media, the news, I just pop in on it when I want to. And now, for some reason, I think a lot of that noise that we get from the outside can kind of be just kind of unsettling. And then it's very hard to sleep because you have all those things on your mind. So as I began to kind of push all that stuff out of my daily hearing and seeing, it has really helped me. What I wanted to do today, I woke up this morning, I was so just energized, just so excited about kind of getting back to helping people. Not that I haven't, but just kind of on a platform more so like this. And I woke up this morning and I said, man, I told them we're going to start on Monday, but I'm going to go ahead and preview our affirmations today. If you have had an opportunity, some of you just are in the group because you bought the book. I hope you have it with you. If you don't, there is a website at the top that you can go and purchase the book. I will also put the link in my comments area after this video. But I want to share a little background about why this book is very important to me. And then we'll jump into some affirmations just so that we can kind of get our weekend started off right. I always start my Friday off usually like this. I say your job should not be your only source of income. We are so equipped with many gifts and talents. And so I want to encourage you to get out and pursue your passion. Even if you work your full-time job, there's a guy named Zig Ziglar. He said, work full-time on your job and part-time on your fortune. So that you can be able to do the things that you're called to do. Not that your job isn't, you can't enjoy your job and be passionate about it, but I always say that you need multiple streams of income. And that does not just mean, direct sales. There's lots of ways that you can create multiple streams of income. So I challenge you, if your job is your only source of income, or even if your home-based business is your only source of income, or your business is your only source of income, you want to have multiple streams of income. And so with that said, I want to give a little bit of background. You probably saw a little bit about it in my book as well. And kind of growing up, you know that we were not necessarily we weren't negative people, but we weren't the most like positive people. I wouldn't say we, let's say me. It wasn't necessarily my family. I was a lot more, very much pessimistic in a sense. I would see the negative in things before I saw the positive. And so after I gave my life to Christ, I began to kind of have such a transformation in my life about my words. And I remember studying the Bible one day, and I was going through Proverbs, and I looked and I would see the positive verse and I would see the consequences, okay, of those actions. And that stood out so much to me. And then I began to be like, literally, it was as if I was attracting all of the pastors, the motivational speakers, the books, anything that was about positive speaking. And what I know now is that there is so much power in your words. There's life and death in the power of the tongue. And over the course of that time, I was in my early 20s, there was a transformation that started to take place in my life because I was expecting things to be bad. I would be like, oh, things go bad. Some of you still do this. You'll say, when it rains, it pours. Or because things are going bad, you say, man, things get bad and they just get worse, right? So, I began to recognize that you can trap yourself in a place of lack, poverty, and shortage by simply speaking words and even in your mindset. And so the out of the abundance of your heart, your mouth starts to speak. And so, I'm telling you this, what you don't want to see in your life, don't speak it. Do not speak anything that you don't want to see in your life. Or if you do, you cancel it. And so many times I wake up and I have, as I shared with you yesterday, I have a list of affirmations that I speak over my life. There's several books that I'm going to also recommend. There's prayer books that I will recommend. So what you'll do, you'll begin to grow in your faith. Is kind of building your faith muscle. So in a sense where your muscles may be weak, you're going to begin to exercise your faith muscles will begin to be weak. Even you don't probably believe that your words have as much power as I believe my words have power, right? Your words can bless and your words can curse, but hopefully I can help you begin to bless your life with your words, right? And so I will reverse curses that people have spoken over my life. Instead of me saying, man, people are always so negative, I say, I'm too blessed to be stressed. Instead of saying, people, man, there are no good female friends out there, all females stab you in the back. You know what I started affirming? I prayed that God will send me good friends that genuinely loved me, that I can get along with, and we can grow together. That even if we helped each other and gave constructive feedback about things, that we wouldn't lose our friendship, that they were godly women, that they were entrepreneurial minded women. So those were the people that I wanted. But what I had seen when I was younger, I hung around boys because I felt like women were just like what I would call messy. And so I lived that out for many, many years. But in my, in my 30s is when I saw a huge transition where I started to have more female friends than I had male friends. I was that girl or that lady that always had male friends, more male friends than female friends. But it was because of that stigma in my head. And so then I began to affirm that, I attract the right people into my life. And I will tell you, I have such wonderful friends right now. I mean, oh my gosh. And I've had wonderful friends all throughout my life. I didn't recognize it. And so I was kind of pushing some of those individuals back. But I've also had some people that I thought were my friends, and they didn't understand what friendship really was. And so, and I didn't even really understand it, honestly. But I'll tell you this, what you speak about, you bring about. If you speak about, especially if you're single, ladies and men, if you're single and you talk about there are no good men out there, no, there's no good women, you know what I used to say? There's one for me. Even when I didn't want to be married, I would say, they'll say, there's no fish out in the sea. I said, oh, yes, it is. There's one out there for me. And I have such a wonderful husband. Our marriage isn't perfect and all of that, so I don't want to allude to that. But I have a wonderful husband who loves and cares for me. He cares for our family. He cares for the children, and he wants, he wants us to be happy, right? And I've been in places in places and in relationships where people that I were in relationship with, well, men that was in relationship with, they were not loyal, they were not faithful, they could not be trusted. They were in it for themselves and not for us. And so I'm saying all of this to give you examples so it can help you in your life trace where you need to kind of change it. I never was a person that, talk about how, I don't know why when I get on him, my nose start running, how kids are bad. I don't speak that. Don't speak that over your kids. Don't speak over your kids that they don't listen. Guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna stop listening more. Okay. If you have bad credit, speak over your credit, how it's going to improve. Take actions to improve your credit. If you want nicer things, nicer friends, a better job, if you don't like your job, make sure you're spending time affirming what you want to see. Your income, you want to begin to affirm that. Now, in this book, these are some not so detailed. They're really good. But then there's some that as we go through this, I want you to learn how to begin to write your own. So you can take some of these pages in this journal and write some of your own as we go through this. I have so many affirmations. And then when I find more, guess what happens? I write them down. I may hear an inspiring message. I may see a video that inspires me. And I don't know why, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I can turn it into an affirmation where I can speak life, over my situation, speak life over your children, speak life over your friendships, speak life over your relationships with your spouse or significant other, speak life over our government, over our leaders, speak life over your community, speak life. There is enough people out there speaking negative that could last us a lifetime, over hundreds of years. But now let's become a group of people that will speak life, not just about our finances. Like, you're going to begin to see, hopefully, I hope that not only will you start to see the transformation take place in your finances, you will begin to see a transformation take place in your mind. You'll see a transformation take place in your health. You'll see a transformation begin to take place in your relationships. If you're mean spirited, you'll begin to not be so mean spirited, because how we treat others, guess what happens? That's a seed that's sown, and you don't want to sow seeds in other people's lives. As you do unto others, it will come back on you. Okay. And so let's just jump right in today. Actually, I want to do one that I posted on my Facebook wall, and I wrote about it. I probably talked about it as well. But I'm gonna what I typically do. We usually do this on a call, and I'm looking for the one on my Facebook wall because the ones I have printed are on another document. Hold on, here we go. Okay, so what I typically like to do, and I want to encourage you to do the same thing. So I have affirmations, and then I actually will record myself saying them, and I say it a little bit slow so that it's in a pace that I can repeat. Okay, you want it in a pace that you can repeat. And so I will say some things, and then you will repeat after me. I might go a little bit fast if I get excited, but you can go back and listen to the replay. And I record it on my phone. And so if I'm driving around, or if, I can listen to it there, or if I'm in the kitchen or taking a shower, there's those times that you can kind of get it in while you're doing something else. Or you can do it right before bed, and you kind of listen if you don't want to be reading something. Or you can just kind of keep them in a folder. I have mine in a folder, and I kind of pull them out related to all types of things. So the one I actually want to do was one that was inspired by a message that I heard, and the message was just so timely. It was I heard it last year, or in at the end of 2018, and or the beginning of 2019. I heard the message, but the message was from years ago. But guess what? Guess how powerful that message was? It was so timely for me that it just like something in me actually just shook. And I wrote this affirmation from that, literally from that message. So there's some parts I changed, of course, but it was such a timely affirmation. So listen to this, and you've seen it on my Facebook page. You can copy and you can paste that. For those of you who may tag people to this video, if they're not in the group, they can't see this video, unfortunately, because the group is private. So they will need to be added to the group. And I would say, ask them, do they want to be added? And then you can tag them. Otherwise, they won't be actually in the group. Okay. They won't see this post. Okay. So it's called the 2020 Due Season Daily Faith Affirmation. Daily means you say this every single day. I know you say, are you kidding me, Angela? I know what daily means. Daily means every single day. It will make you feel better about your situation sometimes when you're in a slump. And even when you're emotionally discharged or disconnected, I want to encourage you, say your affirmations, put a smile on your face, because something about putting that smile on your face, it just does something. It just like radiates throughout your body. Okay. So put a smile on your face, and I'm going to read this to you. And then you can go back on my Facebook page, and I'll also post the affirmation with this. And you go back and you say it, or you take it and you print it out. Okay. And you put it in your folder. All right. So listen to this. 2020 is my due season year. Lord, I thank you that 2020 is my due season. Suddenly, out of the ordinary, things will work in my favor. I will get new breaks and divine connections. Things out of the ordinary will happen for me. God will give me ideas, creativity, and supernatural grace. This is my year to see my increase. I will experience unexpected blessings and creative miracles. This is my year to meet the right people. This is my year for divine connections. I am at the right place, at the right time, in the right frame of mind. This is my year for supernatural favor. This is my due season year to get breakthrough in my life. This is my year to see restoration. This is my year to experience God's best. I am a magnet for goodness and good breaks. God is going to show up and turn it around. I'm going to move into leadership positions. My health will be better than ever. My relationships will be better than ever. My hope will be better than ever. God's blessings are chasing me down and overtaking me. I am releasing my faith, and I'm in great expectation today for the manifestation of my promised season. Unexpected income is hitting my bank account this week. I am going to tell you, if you don't believe it, I want you to get excited for me. I believe it. And let me tell y'all something that happened. This happened like about a month ago. So I used to be in this home-based business, and I affirmed that I have unexpected income. I have unexpected electronic deposits. I command money to come to me from the north, south, east, and the west. I also decree and declare that I have money coming from various cities and countries. So that means that I'm a part of a global economy. And so that while I'm doing I'm exercising my talents in the marketplace, that it will cause things to start work in my favor, where people may have to sweat and work hard. I decree and declare ease. But let me tell you this. So about a month ago, and random like little money things will pop up. I'm telling you that. You don't have to ask. I didn't ask somebody to send it to me, or ask somebody to can you give me this? Now, I am a giver and I do give. So if I feel like I want to bless somebody, I bless them financially and all otherwise, right? But in the midst of life, okay, you don't realize that as you're speaking things, they begin to manifest. And even though I'm speaking it and I believe it, guess what happens? So like I said, about a month ago, I was a part of a home-based business many years ago, and had built a team, and I left that particular company. And so I left that particular company, and maybe about a month ago, my daughter asked me about some products that we used to purchase. And so I actually purchased those products, right? Okay. And then I purchased those products. Maybe it had to be like 3 weeks later or less. However they run their commission, I don't even know now how their commissions run. So we're going into, I think it was Michael's. We're going into Michael's getting art supplies. I park my car. I get a notification on my cell phone. And it was like, you have a deposit for $493. It was some change. I had no idea where $493 could come from, but they had my email address. So I'm like, okay. And my phone actually sent me a notification. So I must have downloaded some kind of app. And so I'm like, oh my goodness, where in the world? So I'm just thinking. I go in the store. I told my daughter, I was like, oh my goodness, I got $493. And she's like, well, what did you do? I said, I don't know. And I said, well, money coming. That was my reply. So as we're walking through the store, on my mind, that company came on my mind. And when that company came on my mind, I was like, let me just log in and see. I got a car bonus, I got a rank bonus, I got something else. I promise y'all, all I did was buy my product. Seriously. But the power of you calling things that be not as if they already are, that you prophesy the promise over your life, you're going to begin to see the manifestation of those words. And if you're a person that feels like you caught up in this financial web, I'm hoping that over the next few months, it may be more than 90 days. I'm hoping that I can help transform your thinking to know that there is a divine apparatus that is in your mouth. And that divine apparatus can begin to create things. You speak life and you prosper. You speak over your life again. You speak over your finances. You speak over your health. You speak over your relationships. You speak over our economy in this nation. All right. You speak over our leaders, positive. All right. What you speak about, you bring about. And also spend your time today. Number one, we spend our time in prayer and reading our word. Number two, we spend our time, 20 minutes at least, in some kind of personal or professional development, an area that you need to work on. Don't read 25 books at one time. Find an area that you really want to work on. Spend time with exercise. We're going to be in this thing together, okay? And we're going to say our affirmations. There's so much life to live. I know that there's a lot of challenging things that are going on, but hopefully this will help you and your family weather the storm, so that sometimes we may be the people that have to throw that life jacket or that life raft out to someone else because we were able to be sustained. Okay. Well, you guys have a wonderful Friday. God bless. Bye-bye.